Hello and good evening, my lovelies. Good to see you on the live stream tonight. I am so excited about tonight's live stream, as I always am, because I'm actually going to show you 2 recipes that you can make in your own home, particularly for those of you who love Indian food, or if you're looking... Oh, hang on, switching myself down there. Or if you're looking for, say, a bread replacement, or you love burritos and tortillas and food like that, but you don't want to eat the flour version, because we all know the flour version made from white flour or even wholemeal flour can, for some people, upset their digestive tracts, or for me, it makes me bloat really quickly. That eating flour tortillas or even Indian breads now make me feel really sleepy. So I've got 2 different alternatives to show you guys tonight that you can use for making your own Mexican food or as an accompaniment for your own curries in your own home. Firstly, hello Sharon Sawyer, good to see you. Louise Everett, thank you for your lovely comment. Good to see you guys on the stream. Oh, and Pete Waters just said, hi Larry, is Larry watching from America tonight? Awesome, we love that. So I'm going to show you one version of this tortilla wrapper, which is really, really high in protein, which is what you want. That's a really good addition to your diet. And then I'm going to show you another version, which is actually an Indian style bread. It is made from chickpea flour. It's basically a chickpea roti. I've demonstrated this before, but I know a lot of you guys haven't seen all of my lives. So I wanted to show you the 2 different types of breads that we're going to make tonight. So this one here, so I'm using besan flour or chickpea flour to make one set of roti basically, or flatbreads or tortillas, however you want to call them. And then on this side I'm using all of these ingredients, so baking powder, coconut flour, eggs here, and a little bit of salt to make the other style of flatbreads tonight. Now these are great alternatives. Chickpea flour, really high in fibre, good for your gut if you're good with chickpeas. I know not everybody's great with chickpeas, so that's why I'm giving you guys 2 alternatives. The best part, and this really is the best part, is they both mix up in these blenders. So they're really low maintenance recipes, and to be honest, I'm quite lazy. So if I can make these really easily, so can you guys. I'm going to start first of all by showing you how to make the high protein tortilla wrapper. And the reason why I want to do this is that when you're working with coconut flour, once you've made your mix, you actually need to give a little bit of coconut flour a little bit of time. It's a little bit temperamental, so you need to kind of give it a little bit of time to kind of bind together because it is really an interesting ingredient to work with. Chowdhury Ishaq Alehi, I hope I said that right. Hello to you. Nice to see you watching this stream. And by the way, team, if you want to know anything about my journey, so if you want to know more about what it's like to lose 40 kilos in weight, or if you want to know how I live low carb, which is the way that I live, which has really been the easiest way for me to control my weight and turn my body into a fat burning fuel machine, just ask me questions. That's what I'm here for. So the first thing I need to do is I'm putting all my liquids into my blender first. And the reason why I do that, I'm just going to get out the egg whites there, because you're going to start with 2 egg whites in this recipe. The reason why I put my liquids in first is that when you're working with a blender like this, if you put your dry ingredients, I'll just throw that in the sink. If you put your dry ingredients in the bottom of your blender and liquid on top, chances are the dry ingredients will stay stuck to the bottom of your container and they won't mix properly. So always start with your liquids first. Okay, so here we go. And a second. Oh yeah, that was a good one. Grabbing out that egg white. So there's no egg yolks in this recipe. So what I would suggest is, if you're going to make a whole lot, because this will make you 2 decent sized tortillas, tortilla wrappers, keep those egg yolks and use them for something else. So, keep a whole bunch of them and consider making some breakfast cups where basically you grab some ham or some bacon and throw it into a muffin tin. So line a muffin tin with a piece of bacon, delicious. Put your egg yolk in there, but mix it up with a little bit of milk, throw in some vegetables as well. Really yummy way to start the day, loaded with protein. 2 egg whites in there. Next thing I'm going to add is I will add a big, actually no, I'll do my water. 2 tablespoons of water goes in here. 1, 2, nice. And then I will grab another tablespoon and I'm going to add in a big tablespoon of this coconut flour. Now, I don't use a specific brand of coconut flour. I found this one in my supermarket in the healthy food aisle, I guess you could say. It was on special, so that gets my tick of approval. It was cheaper than the other products. A little bit of salt for flavour. And then I'm going to add in about a 1/16, so a tiny, tiny little bit of baking powder into here. So if you want to shop really economically for dishes like this, always buy your favourite ingredients, grab them if you see them on special, because some of the ingredients I do use can be quite pricey. So almond meal I use all the time, coconut flour can be really pricey. Today I bought this huge bag of chickpea flour and I got it for this bag for, I think it was $8 from my local supermarket. So I thought that was really, really good value as well. Ceres Organics is a great, fantastic brand. Okay, that is all my ingredients in there for version 1. So I'll take my blender head here. I can't even see who's watching tonight, but if you're watching and I haven't said hi or I haven't seen your comments, hi, because sometimes I can't see the comments when they come through. So if I haven't given you a shout out tonight, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Right, blender head goes in there. So you can see eggs, water, a little bit of coconut flour, so you don't need a huge amount of coconut flour in there, a little tiny bit of baking powder, and this will make you two small tortillas. And that's good because if you're making a couple of burritos for yourself, or if you're making, one decent sized tortilla, you only need 2, or a quesadilla I mean, you need 2, one for the top, one for the bottom. Right. Give that a good blend, shake it down, excellent, my plan worked. So you want to blend it until it's completely smooth. That is sounding done. So that will make a really beautiful, thick mixture. I'll just show you guys as well, here we go. So you can see, I don't know if you can see, but on here it's quite creamy looking. No, which way do you need to see it? There we go. It's quite creamy looking and quite thick. That's the coconut flour. So if you haven't worked with coconut flour, it is temperamental as I mentioned. So you might need to experiment a little bit with it, but it's worth it because it's a really good product. And for me, I know it's not going to hurt my tummy, and that's the most important part. Okay, so that is recipe number 1, and that's going to be cooked in a small fry pan on the stove. Right, for number 2, this is the chickpea flour recipe. And I'm going to make them both at the same time so that you can see, how long they take to cook and just, how they cook quite differently. So the one made with the chickpea flour, it comes out very, very flat and big. I can't even open this, I'm going to have to cut it open. Very, very flat, and it's quite malleable like a flour tortilla. This one has a slightly different texture. That's better. Slightly different texture. So this comes out, it's slightly eggier, but again, if you want to add more protein to your diet, it's such a good way to do it. Okay, seriously simple recipe. You are going to take 2/3 of a cup of water. So here we go, 1/3, 2/3. Very simple. And that's why I love this recipe as well, because it really is so very simple. You're going to take half a cup of chickpea flour. And you're going to pop it in there. Oopsie, should have got small. Oh no, we've done it. Yes, not too messy. That's always good. Excellent. Pop a little bit of salt in there for the flavour as well. Oh no, probably a bit much there. I'll give it a bit more. Whoops. And then, again, we're just going to blend that up. So you'll notice with both of these recipes, you don't need any oil in here. I've researched some of the recipes you can get for this style of wrapper or flatbread. Some of them include yogurt and loads of other ingredients. You can add coriander in there. Really, that's all a bit fussy for me. I just want to make food as simple as possible and delicious as possible and really fast. Okay, put that out of the way. Here we go, blend that one up. Woo, sounding good. In the meantime, I'm going to switch on my 2 elements as well. Now, Pete, my partner, has carefully constructed oven cam or stovetop cam today, so you guys will be able to see everything cooking in real time as well. So my elements are on, I've got them high, and I'm going to start by putting in some, I'm using olive oil tonight, but of course you can use, you could use coconut oil if you want to, or avocado oil is fantastic as well. I'm a huge fan of avocado oil, really good for your body. And the key is you don't want anything sticking to your pan. You want these to really lift away. So I'll just give it a quick smear right around there. Same with this. You want that everywhere. Excellent. Give that one more blitz on the front of my mixture. I have to say, it's been a massively hot day here in Auckland today. I went out power walking for a couple of hours and I've just noticed I'm a little tiny bit sunburnt. Whoopsie, not judging myself. Okay, so I've got my chickpea mixture here and my coconut flour and egg mixture here. High protein, lower in protein but higher in fibre. So depending on what your needs are, I know some of you can't eat chickpeas or you don't like them, that's okay. Try something else. It's all good, make it work for you. Right, got our 2 mixtures here. Excellent. Right, over to the stovetop now. What I'm going to do, nice big one here. You don't have to let the chickpea flour settle in the same way that you would with the coconut flour. It just kind of works. I hope I haven't jinxed myself. Now, I'm not making it perfect, a perfect round one because, you know, it's real. This is how I cook in my kitchen. It all works out. And here's your coconut one. Oh, it's looking a little too thick. Maybe I need some extra water in there. Oh no, that'll be all right. Now, normally when I make it, it's a little bit more liquidy than that. But that's okay. Hopefully that one proves me okay and that one works as well. Now, if you are looking for any of my recipes, do make sure that you head to my website, MoniqueBradley.tv. On my website, there are heaps of low-carb recipes. There's the header of my website. There are heaps of low-carb recipes, and every week I always add a couple of new recipes that I've been testing just to make sure they work. Recipes I eat every day. No, that's not quite ready to flip. Recipes that I eat, that I test, I find things on the internet, I test them, and then I work out how I can make them better. Because often some of the recipes that are out there, you try them and they taste terrible. And I often think, my goodness, what are these people eating? What are their sense of taste like? So I really work hard to find the most delicious recipes that I can for you guys. Oh man, that's smelling great. How's my coconut one going? I should get another spatula there. Now at 7:30 tonight, over in my private Facebook group, which every week I share new, oh that's looking good, new low carb recipes in that group. How are we looking? Oh, look at that. Ta-da! Now this is probably a little bit thicker. It's a bit more like a pancake tonight. That's all right. Still fantastic. So over in my private Facebook group, if you are serious about wanting to lose weight and gain life and feel good and feel motivated to do something about your health, my private Facebook group is great. There are amazing people in there. They all share pictures of what they're cooking and what they're eating, and it's really awesome getting to know everybody and hearing their stories of transformation. Look at that. Look at that. That's so cool. I'm going to give that another second there. I'm going to give it a little pat down. That's nearly done, actually. Here we go. This one's looking good too. That's nearly ready. So yeah, you can join my group. You can get your subscription via my website, MoniqueBradley.tv. Oh, look at that. I'm going to flip that over. Ta-da! I'm going to leave that to crisp. Oh, that one's done. Excellent. I'm going to push that out onto a plate over on the front bench here. Ta-da! So if you add just a touch, I think my pan was slightly too hot. If you add a touch more water in there, the mixture will be slightly thinner, and then you can make a slightly bigger wrap as well. Now the cool thing about these is they are very malleable. as you can see there. And often when you're looking for a bread, you know, if you're making a lot of low carb breads, you've seen the recipes on the internet, they're not malleable, or they come out really chunky. They're made with almond meal and they're really, really hard. And you don't have the same flexibility with something like this. Oh, Lou Richmond, you think that's delicious? I'll tell you what, it's actually really, really good. So what would I eat with that? Well, because this is protein, it does have a little bit of that egg flavour. Let me check this one over here. It does have a little bit of that egg flavour. You'll notice with the roti here, it's starting to bubble a little bit, so I know it's really cooking through. Oh, yum. Oh, that's looking great. It looks like a heart from where I am. Can you guys see that? Look at that. Beautiful. So with that egg, I better switch that off. With that egg tortilla here, because there has that little bit of egg flavour, you want something that's got a lot of flavour in there to kind of mask that, because I'm not a huge fan of that egg flavour. When I'm eating scrambled eggs, I love it, but I don't necessarily want that to dominate what I'm eating. So I would have this loaded up with sour cream and like Mexican style mince and salad. Obviously I want a bigger one for that. And everything that's really flavoursome, some coriander in there and some tomatoes, some salsa, some jalapenos, and make almost like a little, that would make like a little mini taco or a little mini burrito. Delicious. And the best part is this is high in protein. So if you are following a low carb, high protein diet, you know you're getting all of the nutrients that you need to make it work for your body and for your diet. It's really good. That is looking pretty much done. I'm going to switch off my stove top there and let me show you the same thing. Here we go. So over in my Facebook group, I'm going to show everybody tonight how to use these also to make pizza bases, because that's always good. There we go. I'll put some water on there. And again, look at this. This makes the coolest tortilla wrap. Look at that. Again, it's malleable. It's cooked really well. It was super simple, like, you know, it takes you about a minute. So long as you're prepared, you've got the ingredients, you know. This is just 2/3 of a cup of water, 1/2 cup of chickpea flour. That will make you probably about 6 tortillas. But remember, that's not as high in protein, but it is, because it's made with chickpeas, it is loaded with fibre, so that's a really good thing. Your other tortillas, and I did make a very small one here tonight, your other wrap here is high in protein. It's made from eggs and coconut flour. Coconut flour, of course, has a lot of fibre in it as well. But yeah, very good source of protein for you. Fantastic for breakfast. So you could load that up maybe with something flavoursome, even something like, I love Vegemite. So you could have that with Vegemite. You could have that for a breakfast wrap with pieces of bacon and ham and pesto. That's how I had it actually yesterday. Really, really tasty. Really nice. Really good, whether you want it with that Mexican, for that Mexican hit as that sort of wrapper or a tortilla, or if you just want to eat it on its own, even delicious with butter and a little bit of salt. Oh, Maddie Blythe, you like that, do you? Looking yum, I know, right? So over in my Facebook group, coming up in about 10 minutes or so, I'm going to be using this in a pizza oven as a base for a pizza, as well as demonstrating something called fathead pizza dough. It's not too late for you to join us. If you want to be part of my group, there's new classes in that group every week. There is motivation every day. You can be part of a community of people who are all changing their lives by low carb eating, and it's an opportunity, if you want to know more about low carb, to ask me anything. It's helped me lose a whole lot of weight and gain a whole lot of energy. It's the first time in my life that I've ever lost belly fat, even though I have lost and gained and lost and gained and lost and gained weight over the last 25 years. It's the one formula that's worked for me. So if you are in that space where you want to find a solution for you, maybe you should consider joining the group. To find the details out, just head to my website, www.moniquebradley.tv. There's the details right there. Thank you to Pete Ward, who is my producer, for putting that up on the screen. Hi, Raja, who's watching from Kashmir in India. How are you? Oh, and Mary, you like the look of that, do you? Let me tell you, this Indian restaurants, because it's an Indian recipe, they should be selling these not just the flour, not just the flour naan breads and things like that, or the flour roti. They should be selling these. Way tastier, really good with butter, or in India we had them with white butter, which is so good. And the best part is, for somebody like me who has a carbohydrate intolerance, this is something I can eat and it's really good for my tummy. Rachel L, would you like that too? Oh, thank you for your kind comment, thank you. Most importantly, I'm feeling good, so that's the best part. So yeah, delicious. If you want the recipes, this one for the egg-based recipe there for your egg-based wrap is already on my website, moniquebradley.tv. This one, happy to share. Give me a holler, send me a message, or join my group. All right, time for me to go. 9 minutes until my next live stream in my group. So yeah, come and join us. I'd love to work with you guys. Gotta go. Ka kite anō, inuhura.